The event is coming on the heels of some deteriorating figures on the participation of women in politics since the return to democracy in Nigeria. Some stakeholders from civil society believe some factors are mitigating against women participation in politics.
In line with the National Gender Policy in 2006 that seeks equal participation and representation of women and men in all decision-making process, the Independent National Electoral Commission adopted its gender policy for implementation in the year 2014. That policy aimed to mainstream gender in the electoral process.
We are giving them free forms, expression of interest. That is nothing compared to the huge challenge that women face. And we need to appreciate that in the context of what we call the election cycle. And that picking a form, expression of interest, is just one out of the several hurdles that women face and are forced to cross.
Earlier, the executive director of P1, Kemi Okeyodo, said a lot needs to be done, including providing women with leadership training to prepare them for elective offices.
We would have meetings with National Council of Women's Society. We would engage with INEC. We would engage with NYSC. We would also look at some of the aspirants. That we have a database of women that indicated interest and those that have won primaries, and we intend to follow them through and provide technical assistance where we can, and where we can bring them within a wider fold, do also that. And we are also part of civil society in Nigeria, so we keep mapping and looking at the stakeholders that are of interest that we have access to or we can gain access to push forward our findings.
The National Council of Women's Society is, however, of the view that women participation and inclusion will be made easier if a trust fund is set aside to fund women who have the desire to take on elective positions.
We need to work with them and see that they take their place. But the issue is that, like I emphasized before, there needs to be a structure to be in place. You know, a structure, conscious efforts, conscious decision to put up a structure that will create enabling space for the woman in Nigeria to be able to take up, you know, political, pursue her political interests. A lot of women have the interest to participate in politics and in governance, but the issue is that how do they get the funding? You know, how do they get the funding? And the NCWS doesn't have the money to fund them.
Some of the limiting factors standing against women inclusion and participation in political processes include monetization of political process, godfatherism, and a closed democratic space, among others. Francis Etuko reporting for PTV News, Abuja.